By now, you are probably saying it again. Next year is my year. But let me ask you something. Did you ever stop to sit with the version of you from the previous years? All the years that you promised that you would be different. We love the idea of becoming someone new, but we never look long enough to understand what keeps pulling us back to the same patterns. Growth doesn't happen overnight. It happens through curiosity. It happens quietly through reflections, honesty, and the courage to admit what no longer serves us. And I'm not making this because I have figured it all out. I'm making it because I know what it is to want better, or I know what it is to feel stuck or to feel empty. This is a space for imperfect people, a space to reflect, to recognize our habits, and to decide consciously what we are no longer carrying till the next year. Now we're going to ask the question that we usually avoid. What was this year really all about for you? What did it teach you? And what are you finally ready to let go of?
So, overall, I would say that this year has been amazing. This year has also taught me lessons.
This year was really great for me. There was a lot of joy, peace, happiness.
It was very formative year. Not easy, but necessary.
In all honesty, this year was actually a lot. I learned a lot about myself.
I feel like I learned a lot about myself. I also learned a lot of lessons. I watched myself literally grow up this year.
It had like a mixture of growth. It was also really overwhelming, and like there was a lot of pressure this year.
I'm not gonna lie. This year was a roller coaster, man. I think I accomplished a lot this year without having everything I needed. And everybody was thinking that, yo, this boy is doing well, but nah. Mentally and physically, I feel like this year was one of my toughest years. I lost like around 20 pounds.
It was a lot on its own. Had a lot of ups and downs, highs and lows. Kind of felt like the death of the old me and the birth of a new me.
Awakening, like I had a reawakening of who I am, and it also made me to be stronger because I faced a lot. I can say that this year has been has been the hardest year so far actually, and also the best year.
This year overall was a bit of a challenge, to be honest. Dad passed away at the end of the year, of last year, and it was hard trying to like navigate being human and being myself and mourning and all these other things. So yeah, it was a little difficult to start off and to figure out, who I am, because that's such a big part. When you lose a parent, you kind of lose a part of yourself. And, just had to do a lot of searching and figuring out. And then eventually just started to get more involved in like art and stuff. So that kind of helped, teaching kids and doing work with Uplift and kind of regrounding myself.
To me, this year was a year of alignment. That's the theme I'll call this year. It was a year of alignment. It was a year of calm. It was a year of knowing myself more. It was a year of laying the foundations of creative expressions. It was a year that I strengthened my bond with my family, especially my sister and my friends and my man. It was a year I stopped people pleasing and voicing myself. It was a year of doing things anyway, even if it felt uncomfortable. It was a year of moving at my own pace, not performing for anyone. It was a year of spiritual shift, understanding God in a more deeper and personal way. It was a year of alignment internally and not just externally. If I could speak to my January self, what would I say? 1.
I'd tell them to slow down and trust her timing.
I would tell her to slow down and stop being so hard on herself.
Not everything needs to be figured out immediately. Don't chase things that don't choose you back.
Relax, trust yourself more, don't rush through things, and things will always work out eventually.
Tell her that it's gonna be okay. Might suck right now, might be sad right now, but at the same time, things happen and we gotta learn how to grow from it. And this year didn't turn out half bad.
If I could speak to my January self, I would say never doubt yourself. Keep going. Keep your heads up. The rain is not going to fall every time. The sun will shine again.
Keep your head up. The work's not done. Far from being done. We still got a long, long way to go. A lot of growth to achieve.
You are definitely not the same person. You have changed a lot. You have learned a lot. January is actually when I convocated from my school. So I was done in January. And that's when adulthood started fully.
To read and not waste time watching TikTok or scrolling aimlessly online.
I would tell my January self to be more patient with myself and to lock in. I would tell my January self to actually give myself a shot, because fear seems to hold me back, procrastination seems to hold me back, and I also tell myself to choose me, like choose yourself.
I wish that everything you've done so far, you started early. However, you have done so well.
Just relax, be calm, and don't be pressured. Don't be pressured to do what you don't want to do, and follow yourself, follow your heart.
Don't overspend. Keep saving. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's waiting for you ahead. Like, there are a lot of things that happened this year that was not planned. So what I would say to my January self is, like, mistake is going to happen, but just don't dwell on your past. Just try to make your future better.
Life is step by step. There is no shortcut, especially to alignment. As long as you show up for yourself every day and work with who you truly are, not the version of yourself that you're pretending to be, alignment will surely come. And I'm very heavy on alignment. So alignment to me is being at peace with who you truly are, where you are and where you're going, even when things are not perfect. It was very important to me this year. In fact, it was the thing that made me feel happy and whole. When you're not aligned with who you are, trust me, you won't feel happy in life. You're always going to be out of place and out of touch, and soul wouldn't be satisfied. But the thing is that with alignment comes distractions. You're going to have to learn how to not procrastinate, and that is another thing that I learned this year. Man, it like a lot of things distracted me this year that I had to, like, I was now annoyed and I was angry about the time and how fast the time was, and I didn't realize that the little times that I had, I would watch TikTok, or even if I'm not watching TikTok, let's say me and someone have a fight, that fight would distract me that I wouldn't do any other thing that day, and I kept on allowing myself be distracted. So it's going to come, you're going to be distracted, but let me tell you, there's no excuse. Life goes on, life keeps spinning, you're gonna have to catch up. And another thing that distracted me this year was a bit of comparison, comparing myself to other people because they got something faster than I got it. But the thing is that people are different. You don't know what they did to get their own thing, and even if they got something, if you want to get that thing, why are you not getting that in the moment? You're probably working on something else. You're probably focused on something else. Like, I started comparing myself to somebody else, like, oh, or this person is getting these things and I'm not getting these things. But the thing is that I and the person are completely different, a very One thing about me is that I think more about long term. I don't think about things I'm going to get at the current moment. And if I want the thing, I know I will eventually get the thing. But at this current moment, I'm focusing on something else. And the thing I'm focusing on, I'm sure it's important. So the thing is, when you know who you are and when you know what you're working on, you're going to be less envious of others. You won't compare yourself much as you do when you do not know what you are in this life. So distraction, fear, comparison, external pressure, trying to fit into somebody else and not focusing on who you are, that's not good. It's going to make you misaligned, and you don't want that. It delays growth and it pulls you out of your own path. Another lesson: do it anyway. Trust me. If you feel anxious, do it. If you feel unsure, do it. This year taught me that confidence is in the absence of fear. Action despite fear. Like some of you may have watched my Instagram, but I posted something that I posted something that I did this year, which is a stage play. To be honest, I never even thought I would be someone, like I always knew in my heart that I would be someone who would perform on stage, but I always had this limiting belief because of something that happened to me, like in school. It shaped me a bit growing up. Another thing is, a lot of things also shaped me that made me had stage fright. Maybe I wasn't just very outspoken in my own house, like I was just a very quiet person. Like different things shaped me to have anxiety, and regardless of the fact that I knew that like I'm a kind of person who would want to perform on stage, who would want to do storytelling on stage, I was still very much anxious. And when the opportunity came to me, but it got to a point that I was like, no, I'm not going to let my fear stop me. That when the opportunity came to me, I was like, I don't even know what prompted me to say, oh, I can do this. Another side of me was saying, are you sure you want to stand in front of people and do this? Another side of me was saying, girl, you're gonna have to do this anyway. We live once. So it's like, is that battle between should you do this, should you not do this? And I just ended up doing it. And guess what? I loved every bit of it. Was I still anxious? Yes. But did I do it? Yes, I still did it. And some other moments in school, like maybe school presentations, presentation in class, all these things taught me how to regulate my own emotions, especially when I feel anxious. If I did not face my fears and do those things, I would not be able to handle those things. So what I'm trying to say is, do it anyway. Do it anyway. You live once in this life. Do it. Which brings me to the lesson: failure is not an ending. Failure is not an ending. Let me tell you, failure is important. It's important because, especially if you're a determined person, do not be afraid of failure. As a matter of fact, failure will push you to win. Anytime you fail, use that as an opportunity. Instead of fearing, instead of blaming yourself, transmute your mind into positivity. Be more positive about it. Tell yourself that, this is a sign for me to do better in this aspect. Look at how other people are doing their own thing and utilize it and do better. So do not take failure as a sign that you are not capable, because baby, do you know how many people have failed multiple times before they won in this life? Life is a process. Life is step by step, and the more you realize that, the more it will be easier for you to ride through it. Talk to yourself. When you're worried, talk to yourself. What I learned to say to myself: you're safe. You don't need all the answers today. You need to be able to talk to yourself from a negative emotion to more of a positive emotion. Otherwise, you're going to continue thinking. You're going to continuously overthinking. So talking to yourself can remove you out of a dark state into clarity. You need to understand why you're overthinking. You need to understand the roots for that thought. You need to understand yourself. You need to like be positive. So don't be afraid to talk to yourself. Talking to yourself heals. Speak up, be yourself. Never ever keep the issue inside. Stand up for yourself. This is what happens when you don't. When you don't stand up for yourself, there's going to be resentment. You're going to have anxiety, self-betrayal. But when you do, there'll be peace, there'll be self-respect and emotional freedom. So be yourself, speak up for yourself. Another lesson I learned this year, another thing, right? So this year, spiritually, I learned not to live in fear. I feel like this year I had a huge spiritual shift that anytime I voice out my opinion about certain issues or certain belief system that is harming other people try to use fear to shape. But the thing that they don't know is that I don't and choose not to operate from fear for being human. My personal connection with God gave me freedom, not anxiety. Allowing God to speak to me directly allowed myself to feel aligned and at peace. I respect everyone's beliefs, but my own personal connection with God changed everything for me. Growth is not just money. Growing up, I used to think money was everything. Like, once I have money, I'm going to be happy. But you see, money is not everything. Trust me. This year taught me that you can have money and still be empty. True growth is spiritually, mental, emotional, and physical. Now I know that when I'm very much more wealthy, I would actually be able to enjoy it. Never ever compare yourself. Comparison distracts you from your path. Yes, I mean, people get envious, it's human, but once you know your path, your focus shifts inwards. Comparison pulls you off track. Alignment keeps you grounded. Now, let's talk about what helped me stay grounded this year.
My people, my family, big shout out to my sister. Yeah, she actually I feel like we grew a lot together this year, and I'm very grateful for that. My family, my friends, Vivian, my best friend Precious. I'm like, oh, good thing, but we're not going to talk about that.
My best friend, family, and God.
By reading the Bible, and also talking to my friends and my sister really helped me a lot, because there's sometimes I won't even be able to pray or talk to God there, but I'll talk to my sister, I'll talk to my friends, and just encourage me. Yes, so
I think it's primarily keeping things simple, writing text down, using reminders, focusing on what is important instead of trying to do too much. Again, it's just, prioritizing things that are really very important and urgent, and has the most that will be the most impactful.
Learning to pause instead of react.
Music has become my safe space. Taking time to reflect, spending more moments alone, and reminding myself why I've started helps me stay grounded, even on all these difficult days.
My creative work. My creative work and my creative journey this year has has been the one thing that has, in as much as it has grounded me, it has also shaped the way I think and see life now. It has been a balance between everything,
I believe in myself. I am not seeking validation through anybody. I believe in myself. I believe in my passion, in what I really want. And also because I have a very supportive partner. I have someone who, sees the vision. I have someone who catches the rema. Sometimes before I explain my visions, my ideas, everything, he understands it. And, we sit together, we see how things can work, how things can align.
What helped me stay grounded this year was I always believe I'll win. I have faith I'll win. So no matter what I'm going through right now, I know that is going to, let me say, add more flavor to the story in the future when I tell it, and my struggles and my journey to the top. So
what helped me stay sane this year? Books. So I read variety of kinds of books. I read books on history and spirituality, especially like Egyptian, African history, or even anything history. I also do self-growth books, confidence, health, finances. Reading helped me understand life beyond the surface level. So if you want, a recommendation for the kind of books to read, because I believe that, it really helped me stay grounded and informed, DM me on Naomi its._NAOMI_ and I will give you my recommendations. Prayer and self-affirmation, quiet moments with myself and God, gratitude, morning and night affirmation. This helped me stay calm and manifest intentionally. Another thing is planning with balance. So I have a weekly generated to-do list, and then every night I make a specific to-do list for the next day. I always make sure to balance it with work, health, learning, creative expressions, and rest. Balancing it will feed your soul. Speaking to myself, I speak to myself whenever I have anxiety or whenever I'm overthinking. Learning to guide myself through from chaos to calm will help you. It will help you as well. Time management. So, not perfection, just awareness, respecting my energy. Yeah, I'm not perfect there. I'm just aware. I'm respecting my energy with time management. I hope to do better than this year too, but time management helps you stay sane, trust me, especially if you have a lot going on in your head. So yeah.
What did this year teach you about yourself?
This year, it taught me that I'm really resilient. Whenever I doubt myself, I still show up. Whenever I'm should I do this, should I not, I still do it.
So this year has taught me that I'm a very flawed personality and that I should have more empathy to people and not be so judgmental or hard on people.
He has taught me a lot, considering me starting different project. Progress is always in small steps, and that sometimes it's not just by being loud, it's just by taking small actions that leads to greater results.
It taught me that I'm resilient, but I don't need to be hard on myself.
Choose yourself. Stop putting people's feelings and cares over yourself, or at the expense of your comfort and mental self. Just learn when to choose yourself and be okay with the decisions that you make.
This year taught me that I am more of a people person than I thought I was, and it also taught me that I need to learn to choose myself more often in life, and I should be a go-getter, because a lot of people told me they feel like I'm a go-getter. I am a go-getter, but I can be very procrastinating.
Nobody's coming to save you. You have to save yourself. You have to put yourself first. Do not depend on anybody anywhere to help you in any manner or way. Just strive for yourself.
Everything has an end. No situation will last forever.
So you feel like us will have an end?
Huh? You say what?
Us will have an end, Abby.
What did they talk?
You said nothing will last. Everything will have an end.
No, you say what helped me stay sane, and I'm explaining that I believe that no. I knew that I was never going to be in one place. As long as I keep going, as long as I keep stepping, as long as I keep running, I will never be in one place.
Can you give us an example of the discovery that you found out? Oh, is there any habit, mindset, or patterns you want to leave behind before next year?
This year, I was kind of giving up on social media, but I would say this year I kind of gave up a lot. Like, I didn't care what was going on. I didn't care about posting. I didn't care about doing this social media anymore. But I would say leaving procrastination, because I really had that mindset, which made me really stuck in where I was this year. So I have to leave that behind. I have to leave a lot of bullshit, to be honest.
The habit of worrying. I used to worry a lot, and I just want to leave that behind because you cannot control the future. You cannot control the past. You can only control your present.
Overthinking, putting too much pressure on myself. I want to move forward with more confidence and less stress, achieve things based on proper planning, being very objective, and also being as pragmatic as possible.
I would want to leave behind overthinking and self-doubt. I'm learning how to expect less from people and choose myself, my peace, and my growth.
I'd like to stop thinking that I'm not good enough to be in rooms with certain people. Um, I'm confident in my skills, my talents, and stuff that I can offer. But it's like as soon as I get into a room full of people, sometimes I get a bit nervous and feel like, oh man, like I don't belong here, or it's like what I have is good, but it's not like this level good. Also, be okay with being an introvert and being in a room. I sometimes kind of shy away from going into spaces because I am an introvert, and because I don't talk for some reason people think that I'm maybe not approachable, or I can be friendly, but sometimes I just like being quiet and observing, and sometimes that makes people feel awkward. But I'm still happy and just quiet.
Doubting myself, depression, speaking negatively over my life. I always do that unintentionally.
Overthinking, comparison, and being too hard on myself. Next year, I want to move with confidence, intention, and self-trust.
I'm leaving behind over explaining and moving forward from urgency.
Over expecting. And I know I said procrastination a lot this year, so I'm definitely going to be leaving procrastination out because it held back a lot. I'm going to leave that in 2025 because 2026 is that year for me. Clock it.
Shout power! Power!
Self-doubt. Self-doubt, and one of my weakness as an artist is I'm very slow shooting content, right? I think next year I'm trying to surround myself with enough people that can inspire me, because we can't inspire ourselves in every aspect of our life. There are people that inspire you to do more because you see them doing what you can't do, right? So what I did was I started surrounding myself with people that will inspire me, because if you're not around the right people, your circle is very important. If you're not around the right people, you will never be inspired to do anything in life.
All right, that was our year. Thank you to everyone who shared their experiences with us, your vulnerability, your humanity, your honesty. And I hope that you use these stories not just to listen, but to reflect, to check in with yourself before rushing into the next year. Because growth doesn't happen by skipping reflection. It happens when we pause, when we listen, and when we move forward with intention. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And step into the new year a little more aware and a little more kind to yourself and others.